Good evening, everybody. Welcome to SHN Sports YouTube channel for tonight's broadcast between your Georgetown Eagles and the Elgin Wildcats. I'm Wally Harmon alongside the lady that makes it all happen, Jerry Ann Harmon, here with First Responder Broadcasting, bringing you everything Georgetown Eagle baseball. And it's all because of our great sponsors, the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, construction specialists of Central Texas, and King's Pest Control. They make it all happen. They all make it free of charge for you to watch here live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, and we love it, and we appreciate everything they do. We're here in Elgin, Texas, and wow is all I can say. Jack Fisher Field on the campus of Elgin High School, and it is beautiful. The all-turf field. It's just a growth and a rebirth of life in this school district for this high school. And what an opportunity for these kids here in Elgin High School as this district continues to grow. And, man, the houses popping up all around this school. And it's just an enjoyable opportunity to be here for Game 2 of this two-game series. Georgetown, the head coach, David Durrell, and manager Jared Frimmel meeting at the home plate with the two umpires and coach Jason Bourgeois for the Elgin Wildcats as we get ready to go to action here live at Elgin High School. And it's a beautiful night. Georgetown coming in 19-3 overall, 4-1 in district play against the Elgin Wildcats, who is 4-15 on the year, 0-5 in district play on a 10-game losing streak. Georgetown won game one the other night, 13-2 in a run rule situation. Other action for District 23 action had Hendrickson falling to Weiss 4-3. Hendrickson had the lead 3-2 going into the bottom of the sixth inning and lost that one 4-3. Pflugerville lost to Eastview 6-0, and Rockdale beat Conley 10-0 in a non-district action there between the Conley Cougars and the Rockdale Tigers. Other action tonight: Georgetown here at Elgin, 7 p.m. first pitch. Eastview at Pflugerville. Weiss at Hendrickson. And Lassa will go in to play Conley in a non-district matchup at 5 p.m. They started, so they may be closing in on an end there over at Conley High School. Other action tomorrow for District 23, a slew of games on the schedule as teams start working towards that weekend series and the playoffs. You've got Georgetown on the road at Liberty Hill at 1 p.m. Eastview will be over at Westlake at 1 p.m. Harker Heights will come to Pflugerville to take on the Panthers at 1 p.m. Weiss will be on the road at Hayes High School for a 12 p.m. start. And LBJ out of Austin will be at the Conley Cougars at 12 p.m. So a lot of teams in action tomorrow as well. A big one for your Georgetown Eagles as they will be at Liberty Hill to take on the number 15 ranked Liberty Hill Panthers, and that's number 15 in the top 50 of the state of Texas by Texas High School Baseball website and media. They are in the top 50, so that's 6A, 5A, 4A. Rouse at 14, Liberty Hill at 15, Georgetown at 40 in those standings. The two teams go to battle tonight. Georgetown leads the all-time series head-to-head 15-0 over the Elgin Wildcats with the win the other night in those matchups. Georgetown has scored 128 runs, averaging 8.8 per game. Elgin has scored 19, averaging 1.3 runs per game. At home, Elgin on the season 0-2, looking for their first win. On the road, Georgetown 3-2 on the season. Love to get another win on the road after their last road loss was at Eastview last Tuesday night. We look at the starting lineups tonight for both teams, and we'll start it with the home team, the Elgin Wildcats. Leading it off in center field, number 21, Jesse Guerrero. Batting second, the second baseman, number 5, Preston Moss. Batting third, the shortstop, number 28, Tanner Modisat. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 3, Bryce Barron. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 11, Trey Flores. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 10, Hamilton Hodges. Batting seventh in right field, number 22, Sam Wade. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 8, Javier Ramirez. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 30, Kavanaugh Fowler. So it'll be Guerrero, Moss, and Modisette in the top third. Barron, Flores, Hodges in the middle third. Wade, Ramirez, and Fowler in the bottom third of the lineup for the Elgin Wildcats. Coached by Jason Bourgeois, assistant coaches Blaine Parker, Matthew. It's hard to read on this sheet. Matthew DeNegro and Fentress Milligan, the coaching staff for the Elgin Wildcats. The Georgetown Eagles head coach David Durrell in his first season at Georgetown. Assistant coaches Chad Payne and Jason Key. They will start and go this way to start the ball game here tonight on the road at Elgin. Batting first, the pitcher, number 6, Cooper Thomas. Batting second at shortstop, number 7, Jack Kiki. Batting third, the DH, number 8, Connor Young. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 11, Braden Rogers. Batting fifth at second base, number 12, Caleb McDougal. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 10, Braden Curtin. Batting seventh at third base, number 13, Colton Green. Batting eighth in right field, number 21, Gavin Smith. And batting ninth in center field is number 3, Cade Erickson. So the Eagles will go with Thomas, Kiki, and Young in the top third. Rogers, McDougal, Curtin in the middle third. Green, Smith, and Erickson in the bottom third for tonight's starting roster. Georgetown coming into the ball game overall in the season, averaging 10.6 runs a game, allowing 2.6 in district play. Elgin comes into the ball game, averaging 1.4 runs per game in district and giving up 12.2 per game in the district at 0-5. The standings for District 23 and 5A Region 3. Georgetown and Weiss tied atop the standings at 4-1. Georgetown 19-3-0. Weiss 17-3-1 overall on the season. Hendrickson and Pflugerville both with only one loss. They are both sitting at 2-1 coming into tonight's matchups. At Hendrickson 12-8-2 overall. Pflugerville at 11-10. Right behind them is the Eastview Patriots at 3-2 in district. The Conley Cougars at 0-4, and the Elgin Wildcats at 0-5 in the bottom part of the district. Georgetown tonight with the road unis on. They have the white pants with the Georgetown Royal blue stripes, black jerseys, and blue hats out of the first base dugout for the visitors, the Georgetown Eagles. The introduction of the Elgin Wildcats taking place as we go, as they will be in the home whites, white pants, white jerseys, with Wildcats in capital block print lettering across the front in purple. Purple numbers on the front and back of the white jerseys. Purple hats with the white crown with the Wildcat logo for the home team, the Elgin Wildcats, out of the third base dugout. Georgetown gets ready to go to work, and we didn't do it. I forgot, but I'm going to do it anyway. The Georgetown starting lineup, so you can see them across your screen. At pitcher, number 6, Cooper Thomas, batting first. Batting second, the shortstop, is number 7, Jack Kiki, and batting third at the DH spot tonight is number 8, Connor Young. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 11, Braden Rogers. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 12, Caleb McDougal. And batting sixth, the first baseman, Braden Curtin. Bottom third for the Eagles. Batting seventh is number 13, the third baseman, Colton Green. And the right fielder, Gavin Smith, number 21, batting eighth. And Cade Erickson batting ninth in center field for the Eagles. Join us now as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Back live here at Elgin Field at Jack Fisher Field as we get ready to go to action here in the top of the first inning. It's your Georgetown Eagles and the Elgin Wildcats. Game 2 of this 2-game series in District 23 play. Next week, the Georgetown Eagles will be taking on the Hendrickson Hawks Tuesday and Thursday. The key there is Good Friday comes next week, so the week is shortened. We'll have a Tuesday night game, a coaches show on Wednesday night at Camp Brightside, and then we will have the Thursday night game of Game 2 with the Hendrickson Hawks. And so join us next week. We'll be all over the place, but it's 3 short nights to come out and watch Georgetown Eagle baseball. If you can't be there, join us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll bring it to you each and every night. Tuesday night's game will be at home against Georgetown, and Thursday night's on the road at the Hendrickson Hawks. And so we'll have each call 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch for those games as well. We get ready to do battle here on this beautiful Jack Fisher Field in Elgin, Texas. The all-turf outfield, infield, all playing areas, all turf, and a beautiful complex here at Elgin High School. The wind coming out of the north as this little cold front blows in for a day here in the Central Texas area, coming out of the left field, over the left field wall in center field, across to the first base dugout. If somebody hits a home run tonight, it's a man that hit the home run tonight, because it will take everything you've got and about 10 times more to get it over that left field wall. Maybe if you hit a missile to the right field side of the field, you may get one out of here, but it will be tough to see. And who do we talk about when we talk about home runs? It's Colton Green. 3 games out of the last 4, he has put one over the wall. And so he's just seeing that ball. It seems like he's seeing beach balls coming at him at the plate. Georgetown gets ready to go to action here in the top of the first. It'll be Cooper Thomas, Jack Kiki, and Connor Young taking on the starting right-handed pitcher for the Elgin Wildcats, and Trey Flores, as he'll work out of the wind up from the first base side of the rubber, and we're underway. Square to bunt. He'll pull it back and take it low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Cooper Thomas, the starting pitcher for the Eagles. From the right side, the junior back in, ready to go. Flores, the 1-0 pitch. Square to bunt, pulls it back and takes it for a called strike. 1-1 the count now to Cooper Thomas. Bryce Barron, the pitcher that threw the game on Tuesday night, threw a good game for the Wildcats after a tough first inning. Stayed in the game and pitched 5 good innings. The 1-1 pitch catches the inside corner for a called strike. 1-2. He's down at third base. Now back behind the bag at third base with a 1-2 count to Cooper Thomas. The 1-2 pitch. Cooper lays off at a called strike 3 on a ball that crossed over looked like to be the batter's box line, but it's a strike 3 looking for the first out of the ball game. And Cooper Thomas down on strikes. Flores his first strike out of the ball game. And in steps the senior shortstop, number 7, Jack Kiki. Jack will step in from the right side. 1 out, the base is empty here in the top of the first inning. First pitch, square to bunt, takes it low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jack, with on deck the DH in junior Connor Young. As Flores ready to go on the mound for the Wildcats. From the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Swinging ball hit to third. Bryce Barron 2 steps in on the grass, fields it, makes the throw across the diamond in time for the out. 5-3 on the put out to retire Kiki for out number 2. That'll bring up the junior DH, number 8, Connor Young. Young steps in from the left side, throws right, bats left. He'll step in here for his first plate appearance of the ball game. 2 outs and the base is empty. As Flores ready to go from the windup, the first pitch to Young. That one will miss up and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Slash foul down the left field line, out of play. 1-1 the count to the junior DH, Connor Young. Flores ready to go. The 1-1. Misses low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. The catcher, Braden Rogers, on deck for the Eagles. If Connor Young can extend the inning here for the Eagles, the 2-1 misses outside. 3-1 the count now to the junior designated hitter, Connor Young. The 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 2. Full count now to Connor Young. The payoff pitch misses way outside for ball 4. So a 2-out base runner here for the Eagles in the top of the first inning on the first walk issued by Trey Flores in the ball game. And that'll bring up the senior catcher, number 11, Braden Rogers. Rogers will step in with 2 outs and a runner at first. Connor Young, being the DH tonight, will run for himself. He'll lead off first, be held on by Hamilton Hodges over there. Rogers will step in from the right side, throws right, patch right, as Flores works out of the stretch now with the runner on base. The first pitch to Rogers. Swing and a miss, strike one. Throw down to first base, gets away, and that'll allow Connor Young to get up to second base. He'll motor around second. He's going to head to third, and it's going to be a costly 2-base error on the throwdown by Kavanaugh Fowler. That gets away down the right field line, and now the Eagles, with 2 outs, have a runner just 90 feet away in scoring position. So a costly error there for the Wildcats. Gives Georgetown a runner down at third base with 2 outs. No balls and 1 strike to count to Braden Rogers. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball, but it stays inside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Flores back in the windup with the runner at third base. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive, it's into center field, and it's going to be a RBI base hit for Braden Rogers. He stays hot and picks up the RBI. And so that error comes back to haunt the Wildcats here and puts Connor Young just 90 feet away, and he is driven in on the RBI base hit. And Georgetown takes the early lead 1-0. There'll be a courtesy runner out to first base for the catcher, Braden Rogers, as Caleb McDougal will step in. Let's see who they put in to run. It probably is going to be Clayton King, number 4. And it is. Clayton King, the senior, will run for the catcher, Braden Rogers, down at first base. McDougal will step in, playing second base tonight, the junior right-hander. From the right side, the first pitch to McDougal. Square to bunt. Pulls it back and takes it for a ball. The throw down, not in time, and Clayton King has the stolen base into second base. With 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 1-0 the count to McDougal. The 1-0 pitch stays inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to McDougal. Oh, wow. A late called strike. 1-1 the count to Caleb McDougal. Hits it out towards short. Fielded by Modisette. The throw to first in time to retire McDougal and the Eagles here in the top of the first, but not before they pick up 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After half an inning, Georgetown 1. Elgin coming up to bat when we come back. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment. Stay with live here at Jack Fisher Field on the campus of Elgin High School. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, Cooper Thomas on the mound for the Georgetown Eagles. We'll look at the defense for the Eagles quickly here. In left field is Gavin Kelly. In center field, Cade Erickson. In right field, Gavin Smith. At third base, Colton Green. At shortstop, Jack Kiki. Caleb McDougal over at second base, Braden Curtin at first. Braden Rogers behind the plate, and the junior right-hander, Cooper Thomas, on the mound for the Georgetown Eagles. Thomas, 16 2/3 innings thrown on the season. He's appeared in 5 games, started 4, faced 67 batters, thrown 240 pitches. First pitch will be not bunted, but kind of a check swing base or ball hit right in front of home plate. Braden Rogers will field it and throw out Jesse Guerrero at first base. 2-3 on the put out for out number 1. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 5, Preston Moss. Moss will step in from the right side. 1 out, the base is empty. Thomas from the windup, the first pitch. Ground ball hit to short. Kiki to his left, fields it, sets, throw across the diamond in time. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 6-3 on the put out of Moss. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 28, Tanner Modisette for the Wildcats. Modisette will step in from the right side, wearing number 28. Cooper Thomas through the season, 67 batters faced, 240 pitches thrown. He's allowed 13 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. The first pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1 on the count. Cooper's walked 4 batters on the season, struck out 16. The 0-1 misses for ball 1, 1-1 the count. An ERA of 1.260 for Cooper coming into the ball game. A batting average against of 217. The 1-1 misses, low and away, ball 2, 2-1 the count. To Tanner Modisette, Bryce Barron, the third baseman, on deck for the Elgin Wildcats here in the bottom of the first. Should Modisette extend the inning? The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball fisted out towards short. Kiki to his left. Fields it. Throws. And the out is made. 6-3 on the putout to retire Modisette in the Wildcats here in the bottom of the first in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. After 1 complete inning, Georgetown 1, Elgin 0. Georgetown baseball will continue in a moment. Stay with us. Elgin High School. We go to the top of the second inning. The Eagles will bring up the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Curtin Green and Gavin Smith, to face off against Trey Flores in his second inning of work. In the first inning, Flores allowed 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 1, walked 1, threw 18 pitches. The first pitch to Curtin misses inside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. To the senior first baseman, Braden Curtin. Back in for the right side. The 1-0 pitch. Square to bunt. Bunts it down the third base line. Flores lets it go. Bryce Barron, no play there. And so Braden Curtin picks up the infield bunt single, the second hit of the ball game for the Eagles. And a leadoff base runner for Georgetown here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 13, junior Colton Green. Go back and look the numbers for Colton Green as he steps in here in the top of the first. Squares the bunt early. Flores' pitch. The bunt down the first base line, but it will go foul. 0-1 the count to the third baseman, Colton Green. Colton on the season, batting .364. 16 hits, 10 singles, 3 doubles, and 3 home runs. 20 RBIs on the season for the junior third baseman with 14 runs scored. Squares early as Flores comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, pulls it back and takes it off the outside part of the plate for ball 1, I believe. The catcher Fowler came up with a fake down to first base with Curtin off, but the infield playing up. 1-1 to count to Colton Green. Squares early. The 1-1 pitch from Flores. Pulls it back and then fouls it off on an inside pitch over to Gavin Smith in the on-deck circle. He clearly displayed that he is not a left-handed thrower there, tossing that one back to the catcher, Fowler. That was not pretty. As Smith waits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second inning. A leadoff bunt single by Braden Curtin. Flores comes set. The 1-2 pitch. And Colton Green pulls the bat back and takes it just low for ball 2. 2-2 the count now. The infield. Middle infield playing about midway towards the infield grass. Bearing up about 3 steps on the third base side. The 2-2 pitch to Colton Green. Misses low and away. Ball 3. Full count now to Colton Green. Colton taking his time. You hear the wind in the crowd, Mike? Flores comes set. The bunt attempt. Bunted out in front of the mound. Flores will field it. Fumbles with it. The throw to first is dropped by Preston Moss, covering at first base. And so Colton Green will reach on an error. Now runners at first and second with no outs. A bunt. Not seen a lot with 2 strikes. And Colton Green executes it and then reaches on the error. It'll be E4 in the book. Now runners at first and second base. And Gavin Smith will step in. The junior right-hander. Steps in for the right side. Where's number 21? It's his first plate appearance of the ball game. Corners in for the Wildcats. And now we'll step off and reset again here with no outs and runners at first and second base. Curtin off second. Colton Green off first. Hodges in on first base. Square to bunt. Gavin Smith bunts it, but back behind the plate. It went off the side of the leg of Kavanaugh Fowler, and the home plate umpire is going to walk one out to Flores and let Fowler reset after taking that bunted ball foul off of the right leg. 0-1 to count to Gavin Smith with the center fielder, Cade Erickson, on deck for your Eagles here in the top of the second inning. Flores will come set from the stretch. Gavin Smith squares the bunt early. The 0-1 pitch hits him. Gavin Smith is going to head down to first base, and the bases will be loaded here with no outs. That'll move Curtin to third base. Colton Green to second. Gavin Smith reaches base on the hit by pitch. First batter hit by a pitch for Flores. And that'll bring up the junior, number 3, Cade Erickson. Erickson on the season, a .286 batting average. 10 hits, 5 singles, 3 doubles, 2 triples. He takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. Erickson, the junior center fielder tonight, throws left, bats left. Moves Cooper Thomas into the on-deck circle with no outs and the bases loaded. The 1-0 outside corner called strike 1, 1-1 the count. Shout out to Jory and Maddie Erickson in Aruba. Jory playing husband of the year. Bunt attempt by Erickson, fouled off back behind home plate. The count 1-2 now. 1-2 to Erickson. No outs. Bases full of Eagles here at the top of the second. A leadoff base hit, bunt, single by Curtin. The 1-2 pitch. Cade fouls it off back to the screen. 1-2 remains the count. We'll reset and do it again. But couple that base hit, bunt single with an error and a hit by pitch. Cade's able to check his swing and takes the pitch low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Flores ready to go on the first base side of the rubber in the windup. Gets this sign. The 2-2 pitch to Erickson. High through the zone. Ball 3. Full count now. Cooper Thomas on deck. No outs. The base is loaded here at the top of the second. The windy Elgin, Texas. So you're whipping into the crowd mic. The payoff pitch. Erickson fly ball down the third baseline. Plenty of room in the foul territory, but that one's going to blow out of play as Bryce Barron gave a long chase there. But ran out of real estate. We'll reset and do it again with a 3-2 count. To the number 9 hitter in the Eagle lineup, Kate Erickson. Construction going off to our right side on the Wildcat Stadium football field. Love all the upgrades going in here at Elgin High School as they continue to revamp. And manager Jared Frimmel bring the foul ball as extra balls out to the home plate umpire. Get a little cheer going. He'll get the crowd going here for your Georgetown Eagles. Little ramped up. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. We'll update here in a minute. The payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 3 of Erickson, the second strikeout for Trey Flores. Don't worry, we're not falling apart up here in the booth. A strikeout for out number 1. Second strikeout for Flores. Audio video classes being added into the football stadium press box that's being built. It's just amazing what is going on here at Elgin High School. You love to see this, the upgrades going in just to invest back into these student athletes, these kids out here at Elgin. And, man, you get to be a part of it and watch it as you come out and play. First pitch to Cooper Thomas, low and away for ball 1. Cooper 0 for 1 of the ball game, struck out looking back at the first inning. Steps in here. One out, the bases loaded, the 1-0 pitch. Cooper grounds one foul down the third baseline. Little half-hearted effort there from Coach Chad Payne to act like he was attempting at that one. That was very Jordan Vieira-esque in his attempt down the third baseline. 1-1 the count to Cooper Thomas. Bunt foul by Cooper. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tell you what, you look away. Trey Flores, and one thing, we talk about it all season long. Some pitchers very methodical, very slow in delivery and taking their time on the mound. Cooper Thomas, Trey Flores both like to work quickly. You could see early on here in the ballgame as Thomas comes set, Flores ready to go. The 1-2 pitch. Cooper Thomas, fly ball down the right field line. It's going to be a long run for Sam Wade, and he's not going to be able to get to it. And it'll bounce up and out of the play down the right field line. The count remains 1-2. But the wind took that one from about 10 feet inside the foul line to about 20 feet to the right of the foul line down the first baseline. Cooper came into the ball game averaging with a batting average of .431. The 1-2 pitch to Cooper. Breaking pitch, drove into right field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Wade will fill it, but that'll score Curtin from third. The runner coming around from second will score. And Gavin Smith will advance all the way to third base. He avoids the tag by Bryce Barron, but a 2 RBI base hit by Cooper Thomas. And Georgetown takes the 3-0 lead here in the top of the second. Good piece of hitting there by your junior pitcher, Cooper Thomas, to score Green and Curtin. And now runners at first and third. That'll bring up Jack Kiki, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Kiki came into the ball game batting .429 on the year with 21 hits, 14 singles, 6 doubles, 1 triple. Has 12 RBIs and 17 runs scored. Steps in here with runners on the corner. Cooper at first base. Take off on the pitch. The throw down from Fowler will not be in time. And Gavin Smith will try to scramble back to third, and he'll be thrown out as Preston Moss cut off the throw down to second base and threw behind the runner Gavin Smith at third base to Bryce Barron and got picked off. So Cooper Thomas picks up the stolen base into scoring position at second base, but a pickoff was, that one will go 2 for 5 on the pickoff to catch Gavin Smith too far off at third base for out number 2. A nice play there by Preston Moss at second base to cut that and make a nice throw to Bryce Barron over at third base to apply the tag. 1-0 count to Jack Kiki here with 2 outs and a runner at second. Cooper Thomas. The 1-0 pitch stays high for ball 2. 2-0 to Jack Kiki, who grounded out to third base back in the first inning. 0 for 1 in the ball game. On deck moves Connor Young. 2-0 pitch to Kiki. Cooper off and running. Kiki's going to take it low for ball 3 and unable to get the throw off will be Kavanaugh Fowler at catcher. But a good job to keep it in front of him. But another stolen base for Cooper Thomas. That'll put him up over 35 stolen bases on the season. Put him at 36 now on the year. A 3-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 4 and a 2-out walk. Puts the runners at first and third base now. The second walk issued. Kiki will take off to second base. The throw down is not going to be in time. As the shortstop Modisette applied the tag, but Kiki never hesitated around the base. Took off to second base. So he'll slide in safely there. So runners at second and third now as Connor Young will step in. He's 0 for 0 in the ballgame. Drew a 2-out walk back in the first inning. Steps in here with runners at second and third. The first pitch from Flores. Slashed down the third base line. It's curling towards the line. It's going to be fair on the line. That'll score both runs. Connor Young will cruise into second base. A 2 RBI double for Connor Young as he'll drive in. Cooper Thomas and Jack Kiki in. Georgetown leads it 5-0 on a beautiful piece of hitting there by the junior DH, Connor Young. And that'll bring up Brayton Rogers, who's 1 for 1 in the ball game. And an RBI single back in the first inning that drove in Connor Young. It'll bring a visit from the Elgin Wildcat dugout. We'll take the time to reset and come back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. Stay with us here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. Live here at Elgin, Texas. The visit to the mound is over, and we'll get ready to go back as Connor Young will lead off second base after a 2-out RBI double, 2 RBI double. And that'll bring up Braden Curtin, who's 1 for 1. He singled and drove in Connor Young back in the first inning. First pitch here, Rogers swings it right back up the middle, fielded by Trey Flores. He recovers, throws the first in time to retire Rogers and the Eagles here in the top of the second. Not before Georgetown picks up 4 more runs and leads it 5-0 here at Jack Fisher Field in Elgin, Texas. We come back in just a moment to the bottom of the second. Stay with us. Eagle baseball continues. live here at Elgin High School. We go to the bottom of the second, and the Wildcats will bring up the 4, 5, and 6 hitter, Barron, Flores, and Hodges against Cooper Thomas, who in the first inning faced the minimum batters through 6 pitches. First pitch misses for ball 1. A check down to first base. Did not go on the check swing. 1-0 the count, the 1-0 pitch. Line drive hit out into right field. It's going to get over Gavin Smith's head, and it's going to make a roll towards the wall. Bryce Barron around first, headed to second. He'll be held up there, and it's a leadoff double as Bryce Barron on a play where Gavin Smith, you can't blame him. He's positioned up with this wind blowing the way it is, and that ball was a line drive off the bat of Barron that got over his head quickly, and a leadoff double, the first hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. As a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the second, or bottom of the second. That'll bring up Trey Flores, the pitcher. Flores will step in for his first plate appearance. From the right side, number 11. It's Cooper Thomas now with a runner at second base. Will work out of the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. A look at second base. The first pitch to Flores. Fisted out down the right field line. Gavin Smith, the long run, can't get to it. It's going to hit and go into foul territory. Picked up by Caleb McDougal. The throw to second, not in time to get Flores, and it's back-to-back base hits for the Wildcats, getting things going here. In inning number 2, Barron had to wait to see if the catch was going to be made, and he advances to third base, so now runners at second and third. Back-to-back doubles, extra base hits. The first baseman, number 10, Hamilton Hodges, will step in. The left-handed hitter will step in here with no outs and runners at second and third. And there's the epitome of 2 different type plays for a right fielder to make in this kind of wind. One fisted down the line. He almost played up short enough to get to it. The first one was just hit too hard of a line drive, cut through the wind, and got over his head for the leadoff double. The first pitch here to Hodges. Misses up and away for ball 1. Sam Wade, the right fielder, in the on-deck circle. Javier Ramirez, the left fielder, in the hole for the Wildcats here at the bottom of the second with back-to-back leadoff, a leadoff double, and it followed up with a double down the right field line by Flores. Runners at second and third. The 1-0 pitch to Hodges. That one's in there on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 to count. The 1-1 misses low and inside. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. Hodges back in as Thomas looks in to get the sign from his catcher, Braden Rogers. Barron off third, Flores off second. The 2-1 pitch. Ball hit down the third base line, and it's going to be a fair ball. It's a dead ball. They'll say the runner, Bryce Barron, is going to be out. The ball made contact with him in fair territory. So it becomes a dead play. The batter, Hodges, reaches first base on the dead ball. But Barron is forced out at third base. So 1 out, really, if anything, it benefits Georgetown. It takes the lead runner off third base. And now the Wildcats with 1 out have runners at first and second base. Sam Wade steps in, the right fielder from the left side. First pitch in there for a called strike 1. Kind of a squib shot down the third base line. Colton Green looking like he was going to try to field it. The ball spun and kept moving around and hit Bryce Barron. So he is out on the batted ball, hitting him. It's an 0-1 count to Sam Wade. Runners on first and second with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Javier Ramirez, the left fielder, on deck for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the second with runners on first and second and 1 out. An 0-2 count to Sam Wade, the right fielder. Pitch off the glove of Braden Rogers, gets to the backstop. So the pass ball goes for ball one. 1-2 the count to Wade, but now runners at second and third on that pass ball. As it came inside on Sam Wade. So now Elgin back in the same situation, but with one out on the board here with runners on second and third. Left-handed hitter Sam Wade will step back in here. Erickson in center field. About 10 feet towards left field of second base. Fouled off back to the backstop, and Sam Wade stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elgin trying to chomp into this 5-0 lead. Georgetown with 1 run in the first, 4 in the top of the second. Elgin threatening here. Runners on second and third and 1 out. Coop comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch to Wade. Outside corner just misses for ball 2. 2-2 the count. One o'clock tomorrow, Liberty Hill High School. First pitch against the Liberty Hill Panthers. Should be a good battle there. Down Highway 29 to Panther Field. Come join us there to watch Eagle baseball tomorrow at 1 p.m. The 2-2 pitch. Nope, it's going to be put on pause. A pick off at third base. What a move there. Colton Green snuck in behind the runner, Trey Flores. And a pick off by Cooper Thomas. Sits one more runner down for the Wildcats here in the inning. On the pickoff at third base. 1-5 on the pickoff for out number 2. And a 2-2 count now to Sam Wade with the runner at second base and 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the Wildcats are retired here in the bottom of the second. And Georgetown escapes a kind of a jam here with runners on second and third and no outs. And they get out of it unscathed here in the bottom of the second. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 2 complete innings, Georgetown 5, Elgin 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. To Elgin High School. Do we go to the top of the third as Georgetown will bring up the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, McDougal, Curtin, and Colton Green. Just like they did in the second inning, they'll start the same way here. Caleb McDougal, first pitch misses for ball 1. Just joking. Braden Curtin led off the second inning. Caleb McDougal steps in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a big sweeping curveball. 1-1 to count to McDougal. Through 2 innings of work, Flores has allowed 5 hits on 4 runs, struck out 2, walked 2, hit 1 batter, has thrown 47 pitches in 2 innings. McDougal, the junior second baseman, steps in from the right side, back ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. Big breaking curveball in there for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count. Go back in. Flores ready to go. The 1-2 pitch stays high for ball 2. 2-2 the count. So the Wildcats actually scored no runs on 3 hits in the previous inning as the ball batted by Hamilton Hodges. 2-2 pitch down low for ball 3. Full count to McDougal. The batted ball, when it hit the runner Barron, it's an automatic out. Credit the out, 5 unassisted to Colton Green, the closest fielder. But immediate dead ball and a single awarded to the hitter, Hamilton Hodges. So he picks up his first hit, third hit of the ballgame for the Wildcats in the second inning. The payoff pitch misses low and away, ball 4. So a leadoff man aboard for the Eagles here in the top of the third. Third walk issued by Flores on the mound. That'll put McDougal at first base. And in steps Braden Curtin, the first baseman. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game. A bunt single back of the second inning, came around to score the first run of the inning. Steps in here with McDougal leading off first, held on by Hodges. Squared a bunt early, the pitch. The bunt pulled it back, and it's a pitch, wild pitch high and inside. It got back to the backstop. McDougal rounds second, but he'll hold there. And the Eagles have a man in scoring position now. 1-0 the count to Braden Curtin. 1-0 the count to Curtin now. No outs and a runner at second base. The 1-0 pitch. Curtin squares the bunt, but it's outside. Pulls the bat back and takes it for ball 2. 2-0 the count. With Colton Green in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. Curtin with a .317 batting average coming into the ballgame. That's got up with the leadoff single back in the second inning. The 2-0 pitch from Flores. Squared a bunt, pulls it back, low and away, ball 3. 3-0 the count down to Braden Curtin, the senior first baseman. Colton Green on deck, and in the hole is Gavin Smith for the Eagles here in the top of the third. Cloud-covered, ominous-looking night as this cold front blows in out of the north. Should be a beautiful day for baseball tomorrow if you like the mid-60s. 4-pitch walk to Braden Curtin here. Puts runners at first and second base on back-to-back walks. Fourth walk of the ball game for Flores. And that'll bring up Colton Green, the first baseman. Green laid down a bunt back in the second inning and reached on an error as it went off the glove. The throw to the second baseman covering Moss went off of his glove. So Green reached on the error and came around to score the second run of the inning. Steps in here with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bunt down the third baseline and a beauty. Colton Green races down the line and he beats it out. It's a bunt single for Colton Green, and the bases are loaded for the Eagles. A beautiful bunt there by Green, the 5th hit of the ballgame for the Eagles. McDougal up to third, Curtin to second. And no outs with the bases loaded, and in steps Gavin Smith. Gavin 0 for 0 in the ballgame. He was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Caught or picked off at third base. The first pitch to Smith here. Swing, fly ball into center field. Guerrero on the run. He's not going to get into it. It's in the right center field gap. The wind took it all the way to the wall. Runners around first, or second and third are going to score easily, and it's going to be a 2 RBI double for Gavin Smith. Georgetown will take the 7-0 lead. A ball took off. I lost it in flight. It took off to center field. Guerrero to his left, but that ball kept pushing with the wind into the right center field gap. And Gavin Smith had to hold up. Everyone kind of waiting to see where that ball was. But that'll score McDougal and Curtin. And the Eagles lead at 7-0. And that'll bring up Cade Erickson, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Colton Green down to third base. Gavin Smith into second on that 2 RBI double. Erickson fouls the first one off. 0-1 the count. Cade struck out back in the first inning, or second inning. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Back in for the left side. The 0-1 pitch. Down to the turf for ball 1. Kavanaugh Fowler, a good block there to keep it in front of him to keep the runners at second and third base. On deck, Cooper Thomas. The 1-1 pitch. Erickson takes it low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Cade back in. Flores from the windup, the 2-1. Way outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Cade. But no outs and runners at second and third. the top of the third inning. 7-0 lead. The 3-1 pitch. Misses low and inside. Ball 4. And a walk to Erickson loads the bases again for the Eagles with no outs here in the inning. 5th walk issued by Flores. That'll bring up Cooper Thomas. Cooper Thomas 1 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out looking in the first. An RBI single in the second. And now a visit from the third base dugout. We'll take the timeout with them. Eagle baseball will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
Yeah, fly like an eagle. Yeah, spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Next up. It's just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get this step on while they get the bag. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? None of my enemies fast and biting my style and jacket. Dropping a storm, you best get the packet. Ain't no more fashion. When I pull up in tanks, that's still wreaking havoc. Smell of an excellent young telepathy. Ready on mine with these lines. Spinning on top, I am one of a kind. Prophecy for my design. Yeshua said I'll be with him in time. Not even dope on my level of high. I'm levitating on the rhymes. Spiritual meditation, ain't no kind of faces. We got blue in our eyes. Say we don't go. We suited up when we put on a show. Like, they want me for broke. I do what I want and making a toast. I could be doing the most. Yeah, to me, there's some jokes. I can see through them like ghosts. Yeah, the more that just flowed. I gotta fly like an eagle. Spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Yeah, just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get it step on while they get the back. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? Whole lot better than I did last year. Double thumbs up, Wayne stat right here. Still gotta speed up, clutch shift that gear. Yo, I got no pass, look off that mirror. Eyes go dry, can't shed no tear. When I'm following Jai, I ain't got no fear. Making it clear, don't rush none, I'm making it sear. How they go from nose to the beast in the ear. Ideas spinning like I'm mopping on gear. I'm getting serious, smile on my face when I'm fierce. Mask on, making my cures. Hit it with the 10 track now, but it's spin bad, driving on the beat like I'm gone in the years. Big dog stats like ho, Wayne Cole. A battle with the brave and the bold. Batman pals, yeah, I'm rich in the soul. Two-faced rappers gonna play with your goals. Sick of all the fakes, bro, you gotta let them go. Take a flight, do an MV with a goal. So gonna stay tight, all in, never fold. Aim with a note, shade, thong, say we on go. We suited up when we put on a show. Like, they want me for broke, I do what I want and making a toast. I could be doing the most. Yeah, give me this some jokes, I can see through them like ghosts. Yeah, do more than just float. I gotta fly like an eagle. Spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Yeah, just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get it step on while they get the back. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? Take 1, take 2, take 3. I've been on the way now, long way lately. And put a rap on my back, wearing mask crazy. First head thinking I'm failing. Now I got the impact DMs on the daily. Get it recognized by the one that was shaming. I need prayer like water. I need strength, your father. Opposite blind like lamb in the slaughter. At war, take a charge on my armor. You can't break my honor. I'm in chains no longer. Mission well known and we just getting started. Just around the corner from the mainstream. Got it from the better gun to take it to the big leagues. At backstage like Wrigley's. Pitching on myself, only me, that's against me. Sitting on the roof, 2014. Permanently, I should get a tie on the red piece. I'ma need a bump over enemies.
Back live here at Jack Fisher Field at Elgin High School. It's a CSCT call to the bullpen. Construction specialists in Central Texas bring you all pitching changes all season long for Georgetown baseball. And tonight they bring you the first one of the ball game here by the Elgin Wildcats. It's the first baseman, the lefty, Hamilton Hodges. He'll come in and relieve with no outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. Trey Flores will leave the ball game from the mound and go defensively to shortstop. And that will move the shortstop, Tanner Modisette, to first base defensively for the Wildcats. Cooper Thomas will step in to face off against the lefty, Hamilton Hodges, with no outs and the bases full of Eagles here in the top of the third. The first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Can't close the book on Trey Flores just yet. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base for the Eagles, so we'll keep that book open on him for now and bring you his final numbers in a moment. Hodges from the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Misses low and inside. Wild pitch gets away, and that will allow Colton Green to cruise in from third base. Gavin Smith and Kate Erickson advance to second and third, the 8th run of the ball game for the Eagles comes on that wild pitch by Hodges. And a 2-0 count to Cooper Thomas. Now with no outs and runners on second and third. The 2-0 pitch to Cooper. Swing, high fly ball into shallow right center field. And it's going to curl back to the right, and it's going to be down for a base hit. Cooper Thomas will have to hold at second. Erickson coming around third. He's going to come home, and it's going to be a 2 RBI base hit, a triple for Cooper Thomas. That ball got up into the wind, and it was sent from a right center field into shallow right field near the right field line. And anything in the air is going to be trouble tonight for any fielder. I feel for anybody in the field to play a fly ball tonight. So Cooper Thomas comes away with a 2 RBI triple. And that will bring a runner out, and that'll be Clayton. Oh, that will not. That'll be Tillman Brown, number 9, coming out to run for the pitcher, Cooper Thomas. And in steps, number 7, Chad Kiki, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out in the first, walked and scored a run in the second inning. As he steps in here with the bases not empty. 1 runner at third base, no outs. The first pitch to Jack. Misses outside and low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. So Gavin Smith, Cade Erickson come in to score on the triple by Cooper Thomas. 10-0 lead for the Eagles. 1-0, outside corner, called strike 1, 1-1 to count. To Jack Kiki, steps out. Now we can close the book on Trey Flores. 2+ innings thrown, 64 pitches, allowed 10 runs on 6 hit. Struck out 2, walked 5, 1 hit batter, and 1 wild pitch. And Jack Kiki is going to head down to first base on a hit by pitch. It's Hamilton Hodges. It's the first batter of his night. And now runners on the corners for the Eagles here in the top of the third. And that'll bring up Connor Young. Connor 1 for 1 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the first. And a 2 RBI double down the left field line in the second inning. Was left stranded at second base. Steps in here with no outs and runners on the corners. First pitch to Young. In there for a called strike on the breaking pitch. 0-1 the count. Cooper Thomas off third base. Kiki off first. Being held on by Modisette there. Hodges comes set in the stretch. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2 to Connor Young. 0-2 the count. With Braden Rogers, the catcher, on deck for the Eagles. 5 runs here in the top of the third. Runners on the corners and no outs. A 10-0 lead for your Eagles. The 0-2 misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Hodges went nibbling on the corner to try to get a called third strike there. Just missed for ball 1. Young back in from the left side on the lefty-lefty matchup with Hamilton Hodges. The 1-2 pitch. Bender up high, chased, swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1 to Connor Young. First strikeout for Hamilton Hodges. And with 1 out, the runners on the corners, in steps Braden Rogers. Rogers, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Eagles. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. An RBI single in the first, and then grounded out to the pitcher, Flores, in the second inning. First pitch here, Rogers takes it low and inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. On deck, the second baseman, Caleb McDougal, who led off the inning with the leadoff walk for the Eagles here in the third. Hodges comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Rogers right back up the middle. Flores flips to second for 1, but it's off the glove of Moss. And that will allow Cooper Thomas to score the 11th run of the ball game on a big error there, as Moss unable to glove the toss from Flores. So Kiki safe at second base. And Rogers safe at first base on the fielder's choice. Kiki reaches the second base on the error. And that'll bring up Caleb McDougal for the second time in the inning. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out in the first, walked and scored a run earlier in the third. One out, runners on first and second. The first pitch in there for a called strike one. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. McDougal takes the fastball in there for a called strike two. 0-2 the count. On deck, Braden Curtin, the first baseman for the Eagles. With one out, runners on first and second. McDougal will take a time and step out. Ground ball. Cue shot to the pitcher. Hodges will flip to first. Tamada set in time to retire McDougal. That'll remove both runners into scoring position at second and third base. But now 2 outs in the inning. It'll be 1-3 on the putout of McDougal for out number 2. That'll bring up Braden Curtin, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. A bunt single in the second. Walked and scored a run here in the third inning in his first plate appearance. Steps in here with 2 outs. And 2 runners on base for the Eagles. 6 runs across in the inning. 11-0 lead for the Eagles. Hodges comes set. The first pitch to Curtin. Misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 misses inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Clayton King, courtesy runner down at second base for the catcher, Braden Rogers. The 2-0 pitch to Curtin. Misses low and inside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count to the senior first baseman, Braden Curtin, with Colton Green on deck. For your Eagles, should Curtin be able to extend the inning here. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Kiki at third. Clayton King at second base. Hodges comes set in the stretch. The 3-0 pitch to Curtin. The bender in there for a called strike 1. 3-1 to count. Hodges comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Misses outside. Ball 4. 2 out walk. Loads the bases again for the Eagles here in the inning. First walk issued by Hamilton Hodges here on in relief. And that'll bring up Colton Green, the third baseman. Colton Green, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Reached on an error and scored a run in the second inning. Singleton scored a run here in the third inning in his first plate appearance. Steps in here with 2 outs, and the base is loaded. First pitch, Green chops it foul. Back towards the third base dugout area. 0-1 the count. Kiki off third. Clayton King off second. Braden Curtin off first base. Colton Green steps in. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Green hits it out towards short. Flores picks it up. The throw across the diamond in time to erase Colton Green and the Eagles here in the top of the third, but not before Georgetown picks up 6 more runs and it leads it 11-0 over the Wildcats. After 2.5, Georgetown 11, Elgin 0. Georgetown baseball returns to Elgin. When we come back, stay with us.
Last year was too much. Enemy with itself. Whispers and aromas. Had to take him back for my health. Who's to blame for my problems? It's me and nobody else. Yeah, life comes with stress. Time is out, we're blessed. Too much of my day's been focused around what's next. Dark road, I walk alone. Put it around my neck. Put it around my wrist. I'm puffing up my chest tight and I couldn't breathe in my heart. Pumping bad Tennessees in this isolation is killing me. But I can't but now cause I'm scared to be. When they throw me down, do I plan to speak? Do I wait to see where they're taking me? My cuffs are large. I hear him calling me, hold it. They kill me now if they notice. So take control of emotions. I know I'm bad but ain't broken. Still comfortable in this groaning. I can't get out without owning. A part of me I hate showing.
Back live here at Elgin High School at Jack Fisher Field. We go to the bottom of the third. The Wildcats will bring up to bat the 8-9-1 hitters, Javier Ramirez, Kavanaugh Fowler, and Jesse Guerrero. The first pitch from Cooper Thomas to Ramirez is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Coop from the first base side of the rubber from the windup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two, 0-2 the count. Through 2 innings of work. Cooper has allowed 3 hits, all of them last inning. But the Eagles get out of it with no runs given up. He's only thrown 19 pitches through 2 innings. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He strikes out Ramirez for out number 1. First strikeout of the ball game for Cooper Thomas. And that'll be the first out of the inning here at the bottom of the third. And that'll take us to the number 9 hitter, the number 30, the catcher, Kavanaugh Fowler. He'll step in from the right side. Fowler steps in. The base is empty and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The first pitch, swinging, chopped out towards second. McDougal flips to first in time for out number 2. 4-3 on the putout to retire Fowler. And with 2 outs, we go back to the top of the order for the Wildcats and Jesse Guerrero. Number 21, the center fielder, 0-for-1 in the ball game. Grounded out. Back in inning number 1. Steps in here with the bases empty and 2 outs.
Next up for the Elgin Wildcats, number 21, Jesse Guerrero.
First pitch to Guerrero, breaking pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. To Guerrero. No, 1-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count. To the Wildcat center fielder, Guerrero. With Preston Moss, the second baseman, on deck. Should Guerrero extend the inning here for the Wildcats. The 2-0 pitch. Chopper back over the mound. Kiki to his left, builds it on the first base side of second base. But Curtin unable to complete the catch at first base. Guerrero will reach on the error by the Eagles, so a 2-out base runner. Keeps the inning alive for the Wildcats, and that'll bring up the second baseman, number 5, Preston Moss. Moss grounded out to the shortstop, Kiki, back in the first inning. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Cooper Thomas works from the stretch now. First pitch to Moss, down in the turf, but a good block by Connor Young, or Braden Rogers. Figure out which one's behind the plate tonight. Braden Rogers. So Guerrero unable to advance it on that ball down in the turf. 1-0 the count to Moss. 1-0 count, 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike 1. 1-1 the count. Cooper comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Preston Moss. Chop foul back behind home plate. 1-2 the count now. Thomas comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and Preston Moss down on strikes looking for out number 3. The Wildcats strand a runner here in the bottom of the third. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base after 3 complete. Georgetown 11, Elgin 0. Georgetown baseball continues here on the SHN Sports Network. When we come back, stay with us.
Looks like it's been some work going on. Better be prepared. Yeah, I ain't alone in the booth. Yeah, the spirit of work. Turn the microphone up. Yeah, I'm trying to be heard. Demons calling me up. Still been reading the word. A couple questions I need answering. I'm down for the search, so help me, Father. Help me, Father, man, I need to get my head right. Can't be fighting with these demons, it's like every night. Yeah, I pray that in the darkness they can see the light. Help me, Father, as I grip the pen and start to write, Father. I need reconciling again. I keep pushing all these voices away, waiting from a pen. Music like a gift. You keep giving, giving no win. To the day I see your face, restoration, breathing it in. I was born with sin, the weight on my shoulders carried within. Baggage I won't let you taste till I'm holding tight like a kid. Surrounded by reflections instead of people that care. What's to worry about the climb out the should've taken the stairs. Now I'm falling for the big, got me focused on plenty charts. Worry about the money, get pulled away from the art design to keep me here. Keep me battling from afar, and when I fail, I fail.
Back live here at Jack Fisher Field. We go to the top of the fourth inning, and it's a construction specialist of Central Texas call to the bullpen for the Elgin Wildcats. CSCT owners John and Lynn Croak, Jeremy and Rachel McDougall, proud sponsors of First Responder Broadcasting and Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Bring you this call to the bullpen. It's Preston Moss, the second baseman, on for the Wildcats. First pitch and a swinging foul ball over the head of Coach Chad Payne as he ducks out of the way. As Gavin Smith leads it off. The 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Eagles. 0-1 the count to Gavin Smith. Moss comes from second base. Hodges goes back to first base. Modisette moves to second base defensively for the Wildcats. The 0-1 pitch misses inside for ball one. 1-1 the count. Hodges in one inning of relief gave up one run on one hit. Struck out one, walked one, hit one through 22 pitches. The 1-1 pitch to Gavin Smith hits him. That's the second hit by pitch of the ball game for Gavin Smith. He's reached base in all three plate appearances in the ball game and gives the Eagles the leadoff base runner here in the top of the fourth with a 11-run lead. And that'll bring up Kate Erickson, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Erickson struck out in the second inning, walked and scored a run in the third. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 the count to the junior center fielder, Kate Erickson. Moss comes set in the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. The 0-1 misses low for ball one. 1-1 to count. Sun has set. The lights in full effect here at Jack Fisher Field at Elgin High School. The 1-1 pitch to Erickson misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Credit to Kavanaugh Fowler. He does a good job trying to paint the corners for this umpire, but you couldn't get that one, get the call there, and it's a 2-1 count to Erickson. 2-1, a swing and a miss, 2-2. The count now. On deck, Cooper Thomas for the Eagles. Moss comes set in the stretch. The 2-2 pitch to Erickson. Misses for ball 3, a full count here. Kate Erickson. The payoff pitch misses for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Erickson here in the third and fourth innings. Now with 12 base on balls on the season for the junior. Gavin Smith will cruise up to second base, and runners at first and second. Cooper Thomas will step in. Cooper 2 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out looking in the first. Singled and scored a run in the second inning. Tripled in 2 runs in the third inning. Stat line for Cooper, kind of fun to look at. A strikeout, a single, a triple, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs for the junior. So he steps in here in the top of the fourth inning. Eagle baseball tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Liberty Hill High School. Come join us there at Panther Field, just down Highway 29, a road a bit. But at 9 o'clock in the morning, come out to Eagle Field and support the Eagles and the Challenger games. With our special needs kids, they'll come out, competing in a game of baseball, and just have fun experiencing baseball with these players. Come out and support them and their families as the Challenger games take place from 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. A swing and a miss by Cooper Thomas, 0-1 to count, as he hits here in the top of the fourth for the Eagles. No outs and runners on first and second. Moss comes set, the 0-1 pitch. Thomas hits it out, past the diving Modisette into right center field. That's going to run for a little bit, and that'll bring in one more run as Gavin Smith will come in from second base. Erickson will be held at third, and it's an RBI double for Cooper Thomas, who now has a double, single, triple, and a strikeout here in the ball game. What a night for Cooper Thomas. But give him the double there and a base hit. And a great play by Modisette laying out to his left. But it got past on a quick skipper into right center field for the RBI double. That'll bring up Jack Kiki. Steps in. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Pitch swinging, drives it down the left field line. It's fair. It'll get all the way to the corner. Cooper Thomas will come in to score behind Erickson. It's a 2 RBI double for Jack Kiki. On the first pitch he saw from Preston Moss, a good piece of hitting there for Jack Kiki. As that scores 2 more runs for the Eagles. And another base hit on the night for Georgetown hitters. That'll bring up number 8, Connor Young. Connor 0 for 1 1 for 2 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the first, doubled in the second, struck out in the third. First pitch here, swinging chopper, fielded by Moss. Moss will pitch over to first base to Hodges for out number 1. But that'll move Jack Kiki up to third base. 1-3 on the putout for out number 1 here at the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up number 11, Braden Rogers. Rogers 1 for 3 in the ball game, an RBI single in the first, grounded out in the second, reached on a fielder's choice and left stranded on base in the 3rd inning. As Moss comes set, the first pitch to Rogers. Fouled off, back out of play down the first baseline. 0-1 to count to the senior catcher, Braden Rogers. Rogers back in, the 0-1. Low and away. Good stop by Fowler there. 1-1 to count. On deck, the second baseman, number 12, Caleb McDougal. Still baffled. I've spelled his name wrong this whole time over the last 2 years of football and baseball. The 1-1 misses low and outside. Caleb, K-A-L-E-B. Starting quarterback for the Georgetown Eagles for 2 years. And I misspelled his name every time. Disappointed myself. 2-1 to count. The 2-1 pitch from Moss. Rogers fly ball down the right field line, but that will be about football field territory with this wind. As that ball's out of play. 2-2 the count now to the senior catcher, Braden Rogers. The blankets, the sweatshirts have all come out here. Even the winter beanies popping out down the first baseline to the troopers in the stands. Good crowd for both teams here on a Friday night. Very windy, cooling off Friday night ahead of the cold front tomorrow. I say a cold front. Anything less than 80 or 90 right now is a beautiful cold front. Tomorrow in the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s for Georgetown baseball at 1 o'clock at Liberty Hill High School. If you can't make it out, we'll have it right here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel because we got some awesome sponsors. The Eagle Baseball Booster Club, the CSCT Construction Specialist Central Texas, and King's Pest Control. And a swing and a miss on the breaking pitch by Moss. Rogers down on strikes for out number 2. First strikeout for Preston Moss. 4th strikeout of Eagle batters here in the ball game for Wildcat pitchers. That'll bring up Caleb McDougal, the second baseman. McDougal on the night. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch just misses for ball 1. 1-0 to count to McDougal. The wind continues to pick up. 1-0. McDougal lays off and takes it. We're top of the zone strike. 1-1 to count. 2 outs. Runner at third base. And Jack Kiki. The Eagles the 14-0 lead. Here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch to Caleb. Low and away. Skips in and Kavanaugh Fowler earning his bruises tonight, being a wall back behind the plate for the Wildcats. Takes another one off an arm or the chest. Doing a good job for the Wildcats behind the plate. 2-1 the count. To McDougal with 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch. That one's high for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. To the Georgetown second baseman. With Braden Curtin on deck for Georgetown. Should McDougal extend the inning here for the Eagles in the top of the 4th. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball hit right back up the middle. Flores to his left. Can't field it as he's having to do it on a full run to try to field and throw at the same time. And that'll give Caleb McDougal an infield single. Now we'll score Kiki from third base, and Georgetown, with their 4th run of the inning, makes it a 15-0 lead on that RBI base hit by Caleb McDougal. That'll bring up Braden Curtin. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Single and a run scored in the second. Walked both times he came up to the plate in the 3rd. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. 0-1 the count. To the senior first baseman. The 0-1 pitch. Hit it right back up the middle. Flores to his left. Will field it. Step on second base to retire McDougal and the Eagles here in the top of the 4th, but not before Georgetown picks up 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3.5, Georgetown 15, Elgin 0. Elgin and Georgetown baseball will continue in a moment live from Jack Fisher Field here in Elgin, Texas. When we come back, stay with us.
Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Take first up, I can't hold my breath. Listen to the power flowing from within my chest. If you ain't seeing the picture, then you might be next. This the rise, and I'm taking all that I can get. Step 2, gave my life to him who paid my debt. Aligning with the angels, only set our rep. Confidence is building up, and you can keep your check. I got my royalties in heaven, after death I'm blessed. So try and stop the wave coming, or keep your threat. Cause I've been on it since a child, come and see my flesh. Pour out my heart, soul, and mind, is what I got left. To beat myself, to level up and break that shell. I've been through hell, and learned that the pain I felt was just another tool to keep me locked up in that cell. Had to make my own rules, leave them where I dwell. Now I'm standing on the stage, witness me prevail. I'm on chains of falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains of falling, freedom calling.
Back live here at Jack Fisher Field in Elgin. A lot of changes, but first, more importantly, it's the CSCT call to the bullpen. Construction Specialist of Central Texas brings you Georgetown's first call to the bullpen, and it's number 15, Landon Bullock. The senior left-hander will come in for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 4th, and he'll face off against Modisette, Barron, and Flores for the Wildcats. Defensive changes to follow here for the Eagles in just a moment. But Landon Bullock will work on the third base side of the rubber from the windup. The first pitch to Modisette is high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Cooper Thomas in 3 innings of work. Allowed 3 hits, struck out 2 through 31 pitches. As Bullock from the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Sails high for ball 2. Defensively for Georgetown, in left field, Easton Smith. In center field, Clayton King. And in right field is number 9, Tillman Brown. The 2-0 pitch from Bullock. On the outside corner for a called strike 1. 2-1 the count. At third base for the Eagles, number 14, Zeke Hernandez. At second base, number 2, Jalem Hunter. And at first base, number 16, Jackson Van Aken. Defensively for the Eagles. The 2-1 pitch from Bullock sails inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Tanner Modisette, the now second baseman, who has been the infield mobile use player here tonight for the Wildcats. He's played it short, first and second. The 3-1 pitch misses low, and it's a leadoff walk for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First walk issued by Eagle pitching here in the ball game. And that'll bring up Bryce Barron. Barron doubled back in inning number 2, was cut down on a ball that was batted off of him. He was in fair territory that hit him in the baseline. So he was erased at third base on what was labeled as a 5 unassisted, as he doubled over the head of Gavin Smith in right field. First pitch in there for a called strike. One of the 3 base hits for the Wildcats here in the ball game, as Barron led off the 2nd inning with that line drive shot over the head of Gavin Smith in right field. The 0-1 pitch from Bullock. Ball hit down the right field line, and it's fair. Cut off quickly by Tillman Brown. He'll get it in quickly, but not in time. They'll throw to third, but it's not going to be in time, and that gets away, as that will allow Barron to move up to second base. So a single for Barron. He advances to second on the throwing error by Jack Kiki, as he tried to throw behind the runner. Modisette at third base for the out. And so a mistake there for the Eagles. Hash runners at second and third with no outs here in the top of the 4th. But another hit on the ball game for Bryce Barron. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. A beautiful hit down the right field line. Advances on the error. And that'll bring up Trey Flores, who doubled as well, as he hit one. Kind of a fisted one down the right field line. Gavin Smith laid out for it, couldn't get to. Flores back in for the right side here. Bullock's first pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count to Flores. Flores was doubled, got to third base on a pass ball after Barron had been chopped out on the hit by the batted ball. And then Flores was picked off by Cooper Thomas, as he threw behind Flores to Colton Green, coming in behind the runner for the pickoff. Bullock comes set in the stretch from the third base side of the rubber. The 0-1 pitch fouled off back behind home plate. 0-2 now the count to the Elgin Wildcats shortstop. Started on the mound for the Wildcats, now in the shortstop defensively, with Hamilton Hodges, the first baseman, in the on-deck circle for the Wildcats. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, no outs, runners at second and third base for the Wildcats. Bullock comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3, as Flores strikes out looking on 3 pitches for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. First strikeout for Landon Bullock. 3rd strikeout of Wildcat hitters here in the ball game. Bullock has pitched 8 innings coming into the ball game, has appeared in 4 games, faced 34 batters, 135 pitches thrown. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts. Now with 13 strikeouts on the season, 8 walks. First pitch to Hodges, misses for ball 1, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch to the left-handed hitting Hodges. On the outside corner for called strike 1. 1-1 the count. Sam Wade, the right fielder, in the on-deck circle for the Wildcats. Modisette down at third base. Barron at second base. Bullock, the lefty, comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch to Hodges. Outside corner, called strike 2. Hodges tried to call a late timeout there, not awarded by the home plate umpire, as Bullock started into his motion. Now a 1-ball, 2-strike count to the left-handed hitting first baseman. Hodges back in, ready to go on the lefty-lefty matchup. Bullock comes set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball down in the turf. Beautiful pitch. Hodges getting talked to by the coach at third base. What happened? Bang, bang. The ball's in the turf. the catcher does the wise thing and a ball on the turf, he immediately tags the batter for out number 3, or for strike number 3. He tags him on the ball on the turf. Hodges didn't take kindly to it, kind of pushed Braden Rogers away. The umpire separated them quickly. Nothing came of it, but Hodges frustrated. The 0-1 pitch to Wade. The first pitch to the left-hand hitting Wade in there for a swing, or for a strike. 0-1 the count. But back-to-back strikeouts for Landon Bullock. Now 2 outs of runners at first and second. The 0-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. 0-2 the count to Sam Wade. Bullock comes in with a 1.75 ERA on the season in 8 innings of work. Try to keep the Wildcats scoreless here in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch to Wade with 2 outs. Low and away. Good scoop by Rogers to keep that one from the backstop and a run scoring. 1-2 the count. Wade 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. As he steps in here with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. 15-run lead for your Eagles. Bullock comes set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And after getting the first 2 men aboard in the inning, Bullock comes back to strike out the side for the Eagles. Here in the bottom of the 4th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, or 1 error, and 2 runners left on base after 4 complete. Georgetown leads it 15-0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
All the words have been spoken. Only music remains.
Son of a king, son of God. I'm a son of the king, a son of a son of a son of a son of a king, son of God, a son of a king, a son of a son of a son of a. It's capital O. I'm praising the Father. My life in the top. Meet me at the altar. I'm a son of the king, son of God, a son of a king. I'm son of a son of a son of a. I'm breaking the odds, I'm healing the skies, I'm giving my all. Glory to God, can't see where I'm going, the road is too far. We are the light, pierce in the dark, forever life, that's what I be on. Compelled to surrender when I saw the cross. Call on my mind, call on my heart, I put out my guard, don't care what it costs. The temperature rises, spirit is out in the world like horizons. On David Goliath, giants are following every retirement. A lamb is a lion, so put down your weapons, but word up be goddess. But word up be goddess. I feel like a prince, I'm feeling like son of a king, son of God. I'm a son of the king, a son of a son of a son of a son of a king, son of God.
Back live here at Elgin High School at Jack Fisher Field. Another CSCT call to the bullpen. Construction specialist of Central Texas. Bring you this call to the bullpen, and it's number 21, Jesse Guerrero on the mound for the Wildcats here in the top of the 5th inning. Zeke Hernandez will lead it off. He hits for the Eagles here came in defensively in the bottom of the 4th. He hits here in the number 7 slot for Colton Green. Takes the first pitch up for ball 1. 1-0 the count to the senior right-handed hitting number 14, Zeke Hernandez. The 1-0 pitch. Outside corner called strike 1. Preston Moss in his 1 inning of work. Gave up 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, hit 1 batter. Threw 25 pitches. 1-1, Zeke Hernandez hits it in between the 5-6 hole into left field. And Zeke Hernandez will be a leadoff base runner for the Eagles on that base hit into left field.
Next up for the Eagles, number 9, Tillman Brown.
If I have it correctly, it's the 11th hit of the ball game for the Eagles. And Tillman Brown will hit here in the 8 hole for Gavin Smith. The first pitch, inside corner on a breaking pitch. Dropped in there for the called strike. 0-1 the count to the senior right-handed hitting Tillman Brown. Brown hits it past the diving third baseman. Bryce Barron into left field. Back-to-back base hits by Zeke Hernandez and Tillman Brown. The 12th hit of the ball game for the Eagles on back-to-back singles. So the first 2 men aboard. Into the 9 hole we go. Number 24, Easton Smith will step in.
Next up for the Eagles, number 24, Easton Smith.
Smith, the left-handed hitter, throws right, bats left. Steps in here, the number 9 hole for Cade Erickson. Easton Smith will step in. Zeke Hernandez coming to the ballgame is only hitting 111 on the season in 9 at-bats, but a base hit there for him. Tillman Brown was hitting .333. He had 3 at-bats and had a hit there. Now with 2 hits and 4 at-bats and moves up to .500. Easton Smith will step in. He's batting .286 on the season. Last time you saw him, he was hitting a line drive home run at Lehman High School as he takes the first pitch here for ball 1. .286 on the season, 2 hits, 1 single, and 1 home run with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Guerrero's 1-0 pitch. Down low for ball 2. On deck, Clayton King for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th inning. The 2-0 pitch from Guerrero to Easton Smith. Just misses outside for ball 3, 3-0 the count. Defensively for the Wildcats, Modisette back to his home base at shortstop. Moss to second. And Flores now ventures out to center field defensively for the Wildcats. The 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4, and the bases are loaded full of Eagles here in the top of the 5th. After a 4-pitch walk to Easton Smith, and back to the top of the lineup we go. And that'll be number 4, Clayton King, who will step in here with an .091 batting average, 11 plate appearances, 11 at-bats, 1 hit, 13 runs scored, though, a lot of running. Grounds it to second. King will reach on a fielder's choice as Easton Smith is cut down 4-6 on the putout. But that plates the 16th run of the ball game as Zeke Hernandez comes in to score on the ground out by Clayton King, or the ground ball by Clayton King.
Next up for the Eagles, number 7, Jack.
And that'll bring up Jack Kiki. Jack in the ball game is 1 for 2. A ground out in the first, walked and scored a run in the second, hit by a pitch and left stranded in the third, and then a 2 RBI double and a run scored in the 4th inning. As he hits here in the 5th with 1 out and runners on the corners. First pitch, Jack takes it on the inside corner. Beautiful break and pitch there from Guerrero for a called strike 1. The 0-1 to Kiki. Ground ball hit to left, third base by Barrett. A beautiful play and a good scoop by the new first baseman, Wyatt Schroeder. What a job by the lefty there. Bryce Barron dove to his left, got up and quickly threw to first base. And it was a beauty to get Jack Kiki at first base, but a great scoop by Schroeder at first base. 5-3 on the putout for out number 2. That'll drive in Tillman Brown from third base for the second run of the inning. Clayton King will move up to second base, and in steps Landon Bullock. This will be his official first at-bat of the season. He came in on the mound for Cooper Thomas in relief of Cooper Thomas in the top or bottom of the 4th, and he hits here in the number 3 slot, the DH slot for Connor Young. First pitch misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Bullock. The 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. On deck, the catcher Brayden Rogers for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th, leading at 16-0, 17-0. The 2-0 misses for ball 3. 3-0 to Landon Bullock. The 3-0 pitch. Bullock takes a hack, drives it foul down the third baseline. Out of play. 2-2 the count. All right, I missed one. I apologize. 2-2 the count to Landon Bullock, the senior lefty. Guerrero comes set in the stretch. Bullock chops it out, and it's going to trickle into left field. Moss over. The throw to first in time to retire Bullock on a bang play. Good play there by Preston Moss to end the inning for the Eagles. 4-3 on the putout, but not before Georgetown is able to tack on 2 more runs with 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 4.5 innings, Georgetown 17, Elgin 0. Georgetown baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Yeah, I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hey, will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got 'em asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Independent on my own, I'ma stand. Taking handouts, not for me, I like the back of my demands. Bet against me, I'ma need that money coming in advance. I play with God's hand, you ain't never stood a chance. Take over your playlist, I'm that dude, set the mood. Know I've always been on top, I play it cool. Nothing
Back live here at Jack Fisher Field at Elgin High School. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Wildcats down to their last 3 outs here as the Eagles have it in a run rule situation with a more than a 10-run lead here going into the bottom of the 5th inning. And Georgetown, I'm sure all these players will appreciate an opportunity to get out of this win in this cool weather. I think the parents will more than anybody as they are bundling up down in front of us, off and down the first and third base lines. Kids would love to play baseball all night if you let them, so. But the wind continues to whip here out of the north as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Number 8, Javier Ramirez.
The 8-9-1 hitters due up here in the inning for the Wildcats against Landon Bullock on for his 2nd inning of work. In 1 inning, he allowed 1 hit, struck out 3, walked 1 through 18 pitches. Javier Ramirez steps in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. The first pitch is up and in for ball 1. Ramirez, Fowler, Guerrero due up here for the Wildcats. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, come out to Liberty Hill. Georgetown baseball against the Liberty Hill Panthers. 1-0, up and away, ball 2, 2-0 the count. If you can't be there, join us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll bring it to you free of charge on the YouTube channel. Thanks to our great sponsors, the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, CSCT Construction Specialists of Central Texas, and King's Pest Control, your title sponsor that makes it all possible live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. 3-0 the count now as the 2-0 misses outside to Javier Ramirez. Landon Bullock, the Central Christian College commit, works here in his 2nd inning of relief for the Eagles. Comes set. The 3-0 pitch to Ramirez. That one's in there. We're called strike 1. 3-1 the count. For all your pest control needs in the Georgetown, Central Texas area, give them a call over at King's Pest Control. Our choice for quality and customer service and pest control needs. Your battery's running low. You might want to plug in your PC, as it says here in front of me. I'll go ahead and shut this one down. A 3-1 count and a walk issued to Javier Ramirez. The 2nd walk issued by Bullock in relief. gives the Wildcats the leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the fifth. Kavanaugh Fowler, the catcher, will step in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to second base back in the third inning. Steps in here with a runner at first base and no outs. First pitch from Bullock in there for a called strike one. 0-1 the count. Bullock will step up and reset. Georgetown, with a win here tonight, will move to 20-3 overall. And Coach David Durrell, in his first season at the helm at Georgetown, will notch his 20th win as the head coach in just 23 games. A swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch. 0-2 the count to the catcher, Kavanaugh Fowler. With Jesse Guerrero, the pitcher, on deck for the Wildcats. More importantly, the Eagles will stay. The one loss in the district loss column. A swing and a miss for strike three. Strikeout number 4 for Landon Bullock. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. And that'll bring up number 21, Jesse Guerrero. Guerrero will step in from the right side. Preston Moss moves into the on-deck circle. Guerrero 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Grounded out in the first. Reached on an error and left stranded on base in the third. First pitch down to the turf. Rogers up with it. He'll throw down to second base in time to get Ramirez trying to advance on the pitch in the turf. And a great job there on the caught stealing by Braden Rogers to erase the base runner. 2-6 on the caught stealing for out number 2. And now with 2 outs in the inning, the base is empty. Guerrero back in from the right side. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch on the inside corner. Misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count now to the pitcher, Guerrero. Bullock comes set in the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Low and away. Ball 3. Wildcats down to their final out. As Guerrero battles here against Landon Bullock with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Here at beautiful Jack Fisher Field at Elgin High School. Bullock comes set. The 3-0 pitch. Misses low, ball 4. 2-out base runner here for the Wildcats on the 4th walk issued. Make it the 3rd walk issued by Bullock in his 2nd inning of relief work. And that'll bring up Preston Moss, the second baseman. Moss will step in from the right side. Guerrero will lead off first base. That'll move Tanner Modisette into the on-deck circle. Should Moss be able to extend the inning. Moss 0 for 2 in the ball game with a ground out and a strikeout looking. As Bullock comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Moss skipped in, but a good scoop there by Braden Rogers as he kept it from the backstop. 1-0 the count to Moss. Bullock comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Misses inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Trying to see if we have any other scores in District 23 action going on tonight. Eastview and Pflugerville, Weiss and Hendrickson. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 the count now. See what we can find on the Max Preps. 2 balls and a strike to Preston Moss with 2 outs and a runner at first here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-1 pitch. Just misses inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. To the second baseman, Preston Moss. 3-1 in there for a called strike and a full count. The Wildcats down to their final out now in the ball game. No other scores updated so far out of District 23. As Bullock looks in and gets a sign from Rogers. Comes set in the stretch. Mosh ready to go. The payoff pitch. Ground ball hit out towards second. Jalen Hunter will charge. Field, the throw on the run in time, and the ball game is over. 4-3 to retire Moss and the Wildcats here in the bottom of the fifth, and the Georgetown Eagles win it 17-0 over the Elgin Wildcats. Elgin falls to 4-16 on the season, 0-6 in district play. Your Georgetown Eagles improved to 20-3 overall, 5-1 in district play, and stay atop the standings, at least in a tie, depending on the outcomes of other action tonight in District 23 with the win here at Elgin. Man, I first and foremost, thank you to Coach Bourgeois and the staff here at Elgin. They have been more than welcoming. The brand new press box opened up tonight, and they let us be inside, so we are forever grateful to Coach Bourgeois and the Elgin baseball program and the staff here to allow us to test the wind durability of this press box here tonight. It was perfect. I did it. I had a great time staying out of the wind. Sorry, babe, as the window is open for the camera. But Georgetown puts on a show here tonight and continues their winning ways with a 17-0 win over the Wildcats. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, come to Liberty Hill. If you can't, join us live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. But most importantly, thank you to our sponsors, to CSCT, the construction specialist of Central Texas, to the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, and to King's Pest Control, the title sponsor for Georgetown Eagle Baseball. They make it possible for us to bring it to you live on the sports YouTube channel for free 99 each and every time, and we love bringing it to you. Georgetown Baseball, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting, returns tomorrow. Thanks for joining us tonight, and remember, like we close it every time, remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.